Good day, everybody. We're here to discuss on a web app called Online Self-Assessment Tool for COVID-19. This is a web application under the initiative of the Division of Iligan City as endorsed and recommended by the IATF Manila or Malacanang to have a system to contain or stop the contagion of the COVID-19 among the ranks and file or personnel of every department, which in our case is the Division of Iligan City or the Department of Education. So we were able to have a web application that can gather data information in just a fraction of a second. And this web application is called Online Self-Assessment Tool for COVID-19. And without further much ado, we're going to discuss my presentation. It has only 5 slides and we're going to have the web app. So come on, let's dive into the web application. This is the poster of the web app, the online self-assessment tool for COVID-19. As you can see, it has the logo of the Department of Education and the Division of Iligan City. And the two logos here, the DRRM and the School Health Section, are the one tasked to oversee the web application data gathered. And as you can see here at the right side, it has the QR code where you can access it by scanning this QR code with your smartphone, and you can access and fill up the data in the web app by just scanning this QR code. Okay, and the next thing is the web app. Okay, this is the web app. And by the way, the development of the web app were propelled by the current situation of the COVID-19 pandemic, of course. That's the reason why. And the need of depth of a prompt contagion data for fast analysis and effective decision making. And the people, by the way, but the people behind this web app, the concepts, the brain and concepts behind this web app is none other than SDS Roy Angelo E. Gazo, APS Ezekiel, Brian P. Aaron, DRRM Wentrap Fernando, and Doc Daphne Goldamir Alikdad. And the brain and skills in development of this web application is none other than me, Reyno B. Almonia, RJ Labadan, and Francis Menjola. The programming languages used in this web app are HTML5, CSS3, Bootstrap, JavaScript, and React.js. And this web application works on any type of browser. Chrome, Firefox, Edge, whatever browser you have, this web application will work and there's no conflict on it. And it's a user-friendly on any cell phone, whether it is iOS or Android devices. Okay? And this is responsive to any screen display orientation, whether it's a desktop, laptop, tablet, or smartphone, whether it is landscape or portrait. This is very responsive. And by the way, there are two sides of the web app. The data collection, which is the front side of the web app, which is accessible to anybody who has the link or the app. And the other side of the web application is the data graph or dashboard, which is restricted and accessible only to authorized individuals such as the superintendent and other persons like the medical officer, Dr. Alikdag, and the DRRM coordinator, Winter Fernando, and of course the nurses and other personnel that the superintendent may authorize to access the data as far as this COVID-19 pandemic graph and data for fast analysis and effective decision making. Okay, let's go further. Data collection. This is the front side of the web application. As you can see here, if you're going to scan the QR code or type or access the web application URL or the link, you will be lead to this first page, and it has the poster and it has a button, start assessment. So you're going to click that one and you will be lead to the basic information. It has 6 informations that to be gathered first: your complete name, your position or designation, your email, and of course your cell phone number in case there are possible of contagion. You will be easily contacted by your cell phone number provided. And it has district and school. So before you're going to have, or if before you're going to type the school, you need first to type the district so that you can have the school list upon typing the school district here or the district here. So you're going to click the continue and you will be lead to the 10 questions that are basic and that are very much related to the contagion or infection of the COVID-19. So it's just a yes or no question, and it has 10 questions in them. And then the last one is the confidentiality and non-disclosure clause, that you're going to click yes, that you agree that you're going to submit yourself to the online self-assessment tool for COVID-19, which shall be done every Friday of the week, and which is a way for DepEd Division of Iligan City to monitor the health and status and ensure the safety of all personnel of the Division of Iligan City. And it has also a statement that you hereby agree that the DRRM and the school health section will be allowed to go to your data provided and make action if there are cases of contagions. And then after that one, you're going to click submit, and you will be sent with this message, which is a thank you message, and it says, we appreciate that you have taken the time to submit your data to online self-assessment tool for COVID-19. Okay, so that's the front side of the web application, and this is the other side of the web app, which is the data analysis and the decision making. So as you can see here, the DRRM coordinator and the medical officer of the division Iligan City and the nurses and the superintendent can have a dashboard here where they can have a consolidated result as to the data gathered with the web application that we just recently fill up. So as you can see here, it can have the last 7 days data, and it can also have a last 14 days data. So you might probably ask why 7 and 14 days data are needed in this graph or data. As we can know, the World Health Organization released a guideline that the incubation period of the COVID-19 is 10 days. So I guess 10 days is within the 14 days that we have provided here. So we just have a 4 days margin to know whether or not there has been a possible contagion or infection among the personnel of the division of Iligan City. So aside from that, we can also go to the details as to the data gathered, as to the name, the position, the email, phone number, and the date assessed to those individuals that may have displayed the possible infection of the COVID-19, which the medical officer, Dr. Iligan, will be the one tasked to do the action, because she is the only medical officer in the division of Iligan City. And also we can use filter. For example, if there's a particular person that is to the judgment, to the medical eye of Dr. Alikdag is worth noting as to the possible infection, she can have a, just type the particular name of the person or position, and it can filter out to just find within that 14 days as far as the answers of that particular person. So this is one of the great about this web application, because it can filter as far as name, position, email, phone number, and date assessed as far as the data gathered. Okay, so aside from that one, the nurses assigned in respective districts can also have the same privilege or access compared to the medical officer of our division Iligan City, Dr. Alikdag. So this is an example that the district nurse can also have the data for the last 7 days, 14 days, and as well as they can have the particular details of those individuals who answered the web application, and they can also filter. And to their own judgment, the district nurses are also trained, and if they, in their medical eyes, they would suspect that there is already a contagion, they may inform Dr. Alikdag, and if Dr. Alikdag will say that indeed there has been a possible contagion or infection of a particular personnel, so she may or they may call that particular personnel in our division Iligan City and apply proper procedure as to the prevention of further infection or deterioration to that person and to the other personnel or other person outside the division of Iligan City. Okay, so we go further. Additional features or future features, and one of that is the application icon or thumbnail. So we're planning to have a icon or a thumbnail that looks like this one, and this one can be seen in the laptop like this one, and also in your cell phone, where you can click and can easily access the web application. So when you click that one, you will be led to this platform, as we have seen the previous discussion of mine about the web application, the front side. And the first one, that is the laptop platform. The second one here is the tablet platform or the view, and the third one is the cell phone platform. So enjoy. And another one is geotagging. So in the future, we're going to have a geotagging. So if there's a possibility that there's an infection or contagion, that particular person will be geotagged as to the address or the location or particular coordinates or GPS as to the world map, so we can easily see the possible address of the particular person. This is very useful because in cases where the LGU of Division Iligan City will declare that this particular barangay is already has a massive infection, so probably we can have a judgment on our own, or Dr. Alikdag for that matter, she can have a judgment that indeed this person is really infected. So probably she can recommend that all the teachers within this area shall not be allowed to report to the school to prevent the further infection of the COVID-19 to his or to her fellow teachers in the school or to the community. So this is very useful, the geotagging. And another one is the contact tracing. So we're planning to have a feature of contact tracing where the personnel of DepEd, we can have like a link as to the persons that may have contacted with her or him upon finding that she or he is positive with the infection of the COVID-19. So those are the great future features that we're going to add, which is number 1 is the thumbnail or the icon, number 2 is the geotagging, and number 3 is the contact tracing. So this will be a comprehensive web application where it will not only gather data for fast analysis and decision, but it can also geotag, locate GPS coordinates of that particular location or address of that personnel of DepEd, and also of course the contact tracing to prevent further infection or contagion of caused by our personnel of the division of Iligan City. Okay, so last thing is thank you very much for spending your time listening up to this point about this web application called Online Self-Assessment Tool for COVID-19. So again, I would like to thank all the people responsible of creating this web application: Superintendent Angelo Igaso, EPS Ezekiel Brian, Wintra Fernando, Dr. Alikdag, RJ Labadan, and Francis Menjola for making this web application possible. And of course, the nurses for their valuable contribution to the development and existence of this web application. So as our SDS said, basta Iligan, number 1. Basta Iligan, walang iwanan. Bye-bye.